Welcome back to the Voice of Students.
Powered by Onata, local part-time jobs.
So in addition to the TV and pop culture completely changing and shifting from the 2000s, another thing that's really changed is when people are starting to get cell phones. Do you guys ever just look over and think it's insane that a 5-year-old is playing with an iPhone? Like, how do you think about this? And how do you feel about it?
I think it's wild. And back in the day, I remember you couldn't have, like, for my family, you couldn't have phones at the table, you couldn't have TV on when you were eating, like you all had to sit there and talk, especially if we ate out at restaurants. Now you see little kids on their iPads, on their phones, you know, not like watching shows, like, you know, in the middle, like, while they're with their family eating, and like, that to me is culture shock. See, because that wouldn't fly back in my house.
Now, how old were all of you when you got your first cell phone?
10.
Oh my god, I don't even know. Like 7th grade? How old were you in 7th grade? Like I was 5-ish. 13?
Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere around there. I don't know, like what's a young age?
And I would say probably 10, but like I had to share it with my dad and I wasn't supposed to take it to school, so probably like 12 when I actually got like my own cell phone that was mine.
I remember I had the Voyager, like with the touchscreen flip phone.
That was the best phone ever.
Yeah.
Oh, I balled out.
Yeah, but anyway, I feel like kids now, like, just the whole concept of, like, being bored isn't a thing anymore because, like back in the 2000s, like, you didn't, like, cell phones, even if you had a cell phone, like, it was, like, a basic flip phone or, like, some, like, slidey phone maybe if you were, like, it was fancy, had a keyboard and touchscreen, that was, like, oh, wow, that's a really nice phone. But, like, there was no, like, internet, there were no apps, there was no Instagram.
The image quality was bad, too.
Exactly, you take a picture and it just, like, it's one big pixel, basically.
Yep.
And so... And like basically you had like maybe like a TV and a computer in your house, but like when you go out you don't have like this constant stimulation. And now kids, like, they basically have like the internet and everything with them at all times, so like there really is no time when they're not connected. And I guess like growing up that way, it's kind of hard to do without it then. So like what would you do with yourself in like you have 5 minutes without your phone?
Yeah.
And they're always on the phone, they're playing on the phone. So what you used to do when you did not have a phone, how you used to play?
You still watch so many commercials because you had to watch live TV.
Yeah, you couldn't pick and choose where you want to watch the show.
You're like, okay, I'm gonna watch the same episode of House Hunters on HGTV.
Or if you wanted to watch Gossip Girl Mondays at 9, you know, you had to be there Mondays at 9. You couldn't, go somewhere else.
Yeah, you miss an episode and then you're like, oh, do I just give up on the whole series? Or
yeah, exactly.
Pick up.
And like if you'd be so mad if you missed it because it was like,
it's done.
I can't describe the tension, the suspense. If you watch Gossip Girl, I don't know if you did, but it was.
Oh, I did. I love Gossip Girl.
You know.
That's so good.
Georgina, if she was in the mix, forget about it.
Georgina is an icon.
Yes.
I am her, she is me.
Or even just like, aside from TV, just like reading a book. Like I used to read so many books when I was a kid, like all the time. I used to be like the biggest like bookworm because I wasn't that popular in school. Like I didn't have that many friends growing up, so like my friends were like books and like reading. And like now, honestly, I literally can't remember the last time I read a book that was like for fun at all. Probably like years.
How do you think like celebrity influence was back in the 2000s? Like, what was it like emulating your favorite celebrity? Like, how did you, because you weren't following them on Instagram or Twitter, so what did you do? Were you searching Google images?
MTV.
Yeah.
You got everything from MTV, VH1, E.
Tabloids, like, and
magazines. That was a thing back then.
Well, it was hard because then it was like if you're a celebrity and an interviewer takes a question out of context and it gets put in the magazine, like, what are you going to do? Like, you don't have a platform to speak out on it. So, like, now it's easier to be closer to celebrities just because they have this direct access where they can like pick up their phone, send out a tweet and be like, this story is not true. So like back then you're waiting for paparazzi pictures, you're watching MTV, VH1, like talk shows, like all that stuff. Yeah.
Rap Basement,
Yep.
106 in Park,
TRL, Elvis Duran Show.
Was huge.
Yeah.
But TRL's actually still kind of
I mean the format's
today.
different than what it was back then.
It's not as hype. They definitely they don't have as much viewers as they did.
Yeah.
So do you think looking back, too much technology or little technology was good or bad?
Technology has a lot of pros and cons. Like not having technology has a lot of pros and cons. You can really flip it either way. I wish I had all the technology when I was younger.
So then you do wish that you had more, so you don't think it was enough.
Yeah, but then like I also enjoyed the time like not having
It wouldn't have made you who you are today.
Yeah.
But did you really enjoy it thinking about it, or are you just like you know, kind of mad that you didn't have it?
I
do
feel
you
like
wish
it comes with a
both?
lot of like pressure and like kind of extra baggage that kids don't really need to have. Like, because think about like if you're in like 5th grade, you shouldn't be worrying about like how many Instagram you likes have or like what someone said about you on
Musically.
social media. Exactly.
God, musically.
Or, like-
TikTok. I love TikTok.
So I feel like social media creates so much drama, and I feel like it's like at an earlier age. I don't think that's honestly good for people's mental stability, like having to deal with this kind of stuff. That honestly, in the big scheme of things, like is kind of pointless and doesn't really matter. But like when you're a kid, you don't know that. So like you literally hear about kids like depression and suicide, and like young people is becoming like a much bigger thing. And like I feel like social media definitely kind of plays into that and has been making it worse.
Yeah.
So who was your role model in 2000s? Are you still following them?
It's between Jay-Z and 50 Cent. Yes, I do still follow them.
Kyle?
Well, you already know my number one is always Demi Lovato. She will be forever, for the rest of my life. I keep up with her too much. But yeah, her, Paris Hilton too, obviously, the OG queen of the 2000s.
She's the one that sings "Break Up with Your Boyfriend, I'm Bored."
That's Ariana Grande.
Alright.
I also like her
Were
though.
they both on Nickelodeon too?
Ariana was on Nickelodeon,
Paris
Demi
Hilton.
was on Disney Channel.
Gavin, who was your favorite?
I can't even pick one. For me, it was just like, you know, all the kids, just like anyone in like the Disney Channel, Nickelodeon, I would like see, wow, they have like the coolest job ever. I remember I would just like look at like interviews with them, like Drake
Who?
Bell, like, I don't know, like not Drake Bell, Josh Peck. I prefer Josh Peck definitely, but like, no shade, but.
Did you see him in that
No shade,
movie
just
Red
facts.
Dawn? Like he was in right after he cut his deal with Drake and Josh and Nickelodeon, he went straight to this action movie.
Yeah.
Played this totally different character.
I've seen the clip where he just goes on that like rant, like on
He
the
shoots
boat.
people
Yeah,
up. I'm like, damn, Josh.
Who remembers on Disney Channel the Dunkaroos contest with the Sweet Life cast? Do you guys remember that? How they like promote? They're like, buy some Danimals or like Dunkaroos, and then
I think Dunkaroos were the best snack of the 2000s.
Well,
They don't
you
make
know,
them
they're-
anymore, right?
yeah.
Yeah, they don't.
Oh, they don't.
Yeah.
But you could get them at Fritz's in New Brunswick on Eastern Ave.
Really?
Yeah, they make their own.
Oh, nice.
Interesting.
I wanted to win that contest so bad. I obviously did not. But there was like
But
a
you
Wait,
bought-
so,
There's an
so what was
argument
it? Okay, but so a contest in the 2000s. What was it like even entering one? Like, I mean, you didn't do it through your phone, so what did you have
I
to do?
had to mail something in. You had to like fill out a form, like print it out, and then mail it into them. And the grand prize was like getting flown out to LA and riding in a limo and going to the Sweet Life like on deck, like cast, and like seeing the set. And I'm still mad I didn't win. But there was an article recently, and the kid was like, "Oh yeah, it was the person who won that contest," and he like detailed everything about it.
So-
jealous.
Okay, let's take a break now.
We'll be right back.